Just before we get into the middle eight itself, I should point out that the bar entering the middle eight, that is, the end of the main theme, has a bass run-up, bass guitar run-up, from Licorice Locking, by the way. But what I really wanted to point out is what Bruce Welch does in harmony with the bass line. Let's think about this. The bass line runs up to D from A, B, C sharp, going to D. But what Bruce does is harmonises in thirds. Consider the A major scale, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. What's the third above A? A, B, C, but it's a C sharp. So Bruce on beat 2 plays a C sharp while the bass is playing an A. While the bass is playing a B, Bruce harmonises a third higher, B, C, D, or B, C sharp, D I should say. And then finally, as the bass is playing a C sharp, Bruce plays a third higher, C sharp, D, E. So, Bruce plays a 1, 2, 3, 4. Perhaps he played the D there, but I would imagine it would be open. And then Bruce carries on strumming on a D chord. So, we're talking about the middle eight now. As Bruce lands on the D chord, Hank stays silent for a beat. Then we're up here. If it helps, there's a D shape, literally an octave above an everyday D major chord, but I would encourage you to think of it like so. Regarding the cage system, D as a C shape, D as an A shape, D as a G shape, D as an E shape, D as, guess what, a D shape. I'll hold it right there. That's the note Hank starts his melody on. I'll say it one more time if I may. Hank is playing around chords. Maybe you already knew that, but if that's news to you, that's a real revelation. Guitarists, especially Hank, play around chords. Okay, without any further ado, the melody is. By the way, I have seen some video footage where Hank plays things a little differently, but of course my duty here is to do my best to show you what's on the original recording. And here it is, slowly. Little finger at the 15th fret of the B string, over onto the thinner string, the top E string, play frets 12, then 14, back to 12, back to the 15th fret of the second string, down to 14 and back to 15, and then as the chord in accompaniment returns to an A, Hank plays the 5th of A, which is E. That's back at the 12th fret of the top string. He hits that and holds it for the whole bar. So there's a phrase in itself. Let's practice that phrase, which is 3 bars long, entering on beat 2. 3, 4, 1. And I should add that the phrase actually resolves down to the 3rd of A, which is the note of C sharp, which is found on the 14th fret of the second string. Let's do that up to tempo. Coming in on beat 2. 3, 4, 1. And that's followed by a nearly identical phrase as the chords go D up to E, but then the next time, and here's the change, here's the difference, Bruce plays a B minor, and of course the bass plays B as well. So this second phrase is similar to a point. But instead of going up to D as it did before, it drops down a major third to the note of A, the root of A of course. Perhaps Hank did that with a partial bar or double stop, or you could use separate fingertips. I would assert that he would have probably used that partial bar because what follows is he slides along. That seems appropriate. So watch this second phrase. 3, 4, 1. Okay, so he slides along quite casually, nothing too frantic, and then drops down to where the index finger should be resting. That is the 4th string, 14th fret. And that's the middle 8. Let's try it. At a slightly reduced tempo, the middle 8. Coming in on beat 2. 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And when I just did that, that's beat 1 of the next bar, which is the main theme played down an octave, which we'll look at separately.